Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to talk a bit about ball throwers and different balls. So I'm not a massive fan of ball throwers or ball launchers, anything like that, because what you'll find if you use these, you just throw the ball, you just stand there, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball, the dog keeps running out, getting it, bringing it back, and you keep throwing it for them, they just keep getting fitter and fitter. And what you'll find is when you first start doing it, you only have to be there and do sort of 10 throws and then worn out. But after a while of doing that, maybe a week, 2 weeks, you'll find that they aren't getting worn out by doing that 10 throws. So you then do 12, 13, 14 throws and then they're worn out. And then you'll find they get good at that. They're not getting worn out by that, so then you have to do even more throws. So you have to keep adding how much you're doing every sort of few days, a week, 2 weeks, so they get worn out just as much as they did to start with. The other thing is that as you're throwing it, they're normally looking up, and obviously quite a lot of injuries come through ball throwers. So obviously they're sort of looking up and twisting and turning, looking for the ball. And obviously they're just running flat out to get that ball, and when it does land, they're still going really fast and they break and turn really fast. So obviously they get injured quite easily, and obviously pulled muscles, ligaments, all that sort of injuries are often because of ball throwers. So what I like to use is just a normal ball and I throw it. So what I do is I do sort of underarm throws because it doesn't go quite as far. And although it isn't going as far, it's a lot safer for your dog. And I also use a ball with a rope on. So one's like this. Just so a dog like Woody, it isn't so bad because obviously this ball is quite big for him. But a dog like Buzz, my collie, obviously it isn't all that big. There is a chance that he could swallow it. So obviously the handle just means if for whatever reason it did start going down their throat, you've got that handle to help get it back out. So it's actually less chance of them swallowing the ball. But also what I do, instead of just throwing it constantly, even without the ball thrower, I could do a little bit of training with the ball. Because they're getting what they want, it's the ball, but also training will wear them out more than choosing the ball thrower and just keep throwing it. It does take more effort on your part, but it will mean they are a lot more worn out than from the ball thrower. So what we find with the ball thrower, they just have to look at the ball and run. But if you do training, obviously it means their brains are getting stimulated and work out as well. So obviously that will really wear your dog out. So you might find after doing the ball throw for 5 minutes, they'll go home and sleep for half an hour, and then they're back and ready to go again. So if you do some training for the ball, you'll probably find it's actually they'll go home and sleep for maybe 4 or 5 hours or more. So, thank you, Woody. Give it. So what you can do with the ball is you can practice their stays. So if they've got a relatively good stay, you can ask them to stay, throw their ball out. They're only allowed to go and get it when you say they can. So obviously as soon as you go to throw the ball, they're going to automatically get up to go and chase it. So you might need to practice just having them in that stay and then go like that and not throw it. If they stay where they are like that, then obviously reward them, have a couple of treats, or you can, if you don't have any treats, what you can do is if they do stay, then just give them the ball. Now what you're going to do is if they stay, you're then just going to build up so you throw it a short distance away. So if they do get up, it's easy for you to go and step on that toy so they can't get it. So what we don't want them to do is get up before we tell them to. So what you can then build up to do is then throw it a little bit further and further each time. So they're then staying, you're throwing it, so it's obviously going to be moving a lot quicker. And then if they stay, you can then say okay. So always give them a release command. So if mine goes okay, you can say go, get it, whatever you want. It's also consistent with what the release command is. So as soon as you say okay, then allow it to go and get that ball. So the other thing you can do is hide it in the long grass or bushes, anything like that, where they have to use their nose. So sniffing is a lot better than running round. So just 5 minutes of sniffing is like an hour of running around for them. So obviously the running around is good for their physical exercise, but obviously the sniffing is good for their sort of mental exercise. So actually, even if you throw it a few times, short distance, that'll be good for their physical exercise. But then if you practice their stays, go and hide it somewhere and then ask them to go find it, that'll be a lot better than using that ball thrower and just standing there throwing it. It's one, it's going to wear them out for a lot longer, even though it's more effort for you. It's actually more benefits for your dog. So wears their brain out for a bit more and less likely to injure them. So as I said, I like ones with like this with the rope on, just so if they do they're about to swallow it, it's easier to get it out of them if you need to. So go and check my other videos out, and obviously any questions about that, you can give me a message.